Dungeons and Shenanigans. I'm going to be your DM for the night. These are our lovely players. We're going to go ahead and skip the introductions today. They take too long, in all honesty. You know our names, you know our characters. Let's play some D&D. So. Oh, yes, my bad. Thank you, Eli. So we're actually going to be down an Allison today. She's not putting in a manual. She's not leaving for a long period of time.
That's a harsh call out to a manual, buddy.
She's not gonna be.
That was harsh.
She's not gonna be a papa.
A daughter.
Okay, sorry. She's not gonna be a papa and have a daughter. Okay.
A papa.
She is just temporarily not gonna be here for the next
Awesome.
2 sessions, but that's okay. And join our coffee, man. If you want to give us a tip, go ahead and give us a tip. I believe we're going to be starting to work on some additional content for that. Maybe, who knows? I don't really know.
If you want to know, text Abigail the Nerd.
At
No.
626-448-9876.
Fake number. Wonderful. Yes.
That's A, not my number, and B, probably an existing number. So please don't call that.
Don't call them. But do follow us on the socials at Dungeons
Yes,
and Shenanigans for
follow us
everything.
At Dungeons and Shenanigans. Follow
Right there.
our accounts, please.
Yeah. Text us there if you want us to know
Go to our
something.
Discord.
Yeah.
We give you alerts when our the same day that our episode comes out. It might be 90 minutes late, but
But don't worry about it. If you want to know immediately, ring the YouTube bell. If not,
Yeah.
just go to
push
Discord
that notification bell.
and live
Review
with
you.
it.
And you'll see when titles change.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'll
That
see when
Never
inevitably
happens.
the titles have to change.
Yes.
The
No,
titles would
we
never
have
change.
everything right the first time, all
Holy.
of the time. I don't know
Every
what you're
other-
We
talking
have
about.
no technical difficulties. I'm not sitting 2 feet away from my microphone right now.
Hey,
hear
we don't
it.
talk about that.
We hear it clear as day
Yeah.
on a day that has an eclipse. So.
What's it?
With that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's session of Dungeons and Shenanigans.
That's our theme
Thank you.
song.
Canon.
Please, Arcane Anthems, somebody make that into it. Yeah. Yeah. Dungeons and Shenanigans. Exactly what Abby just said. Make that, remix it, make it into a dubstep, use it as a bass drop.
Here, I can do it again.
You're giving out
There.
so many free samples right now of
So many
audio.
options.
I mean, someone's
I'm
gonna
gonna
have a
go now.
field day.
I mean, Tanner might have a field day.
You make it every day.
Anyway, you guys had recently ventured into Flame Reach. An encounter had spawned of a lava-filled Tarrasque emerging from its deep slumber, wrecking. Well, it was Terra.
Hey, I rolled the dice. I did not say, give us a Tarrasque! Okay?
It's Tara's fault that we had one of the coolest episodes ever.
Yeah, Terra.
Yeah.
How dare
Thanks
you?
a lot.
You're
And you
welcome.
missed
How
it.
dare she?
I am still upset about that. If you don't know why
You're
I'm
upset
upset,
too.
watch the last episode
Watch
Buy
and
some
learn why I'm upset. Gosh, comment something that I could have done to force that to be re-rolled
Not be
so
the
I
one
wouldn't
shooting.
miss.
And then like and subscribe.
And hit that bell.
And-
So
Hit the bell.
you tried to. You were thinking of maybe running back towards Grove of Skulls. Realized you'd have to run through the Mind of the One in order to get past there again to find another route. So instead, ventured into Akaru City, a stronghold city within this underground area, Flame Reach. You had ended up evacuating with the rest of the citizens into different bunkers. Everybody of your party had entered into the same bunker. In the middle of that fight, Susie had offered her assistance in which she was convincing enough, and they allowed her to use one of their
Poor judgment.
their sphere
Great
metal
judgment.
railguns, and allowed her to use it. In which Cal and Da decided, let's supercharge the spear metal, add it with the railgun technology. They did end up destroying the cannon, unfortunately.
To be fair, we probably should have put some of your energy into one and then some of your energy into another one, so we would have had 2 more powerful shots instead of.
Well, it
The
would have
one
broken
that
up
broke.
from the first one.
But would it have? That's the thing. We're not gonna know.
I was doing all or nothing.
So you guys
did the
poured your aether into it, and
I
it
did.
had
I
created a
made, I
new.
made a new tunnel.
Yeah, it created a new tunnel.
Yeah, I made a new
You pulled a DAW and created a brand new tunnel.
Well, it was DOS power, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Created this-
Extreme.
That's the power wash simulator I like.
No.
Had ended up burrowing a hole into the center of this cave wall, and nearly missed the Tarrasque.
Gosh. I will never be more upset than I am in that moment. I really am the most upset.
Luckily, you
about that.
pointed a cannon a direct route to where we're going. So
I think that is what I
Yeah,
did.
sure.
You absolutely did not.
I think.
You made like the whole like cityscape really is that spiral down into this huge open cavern of lava flows and mountain ranges that are within this area. The only places that you saw was Akaru City at the base down from that main path, and then in the distance you saw the citadel cathedrals of the Crimson Meadows. You haven't seen Emberhold.
So will we ever know how many civilians were lost that day in the tunnel making process?
The tunnel making itself
That was into like a solid wall.
Yeah, that was into
that's
yeah.
no
into a
one, no
solid
fatalities.
that's
that
a lot of experience.
That wasn't like a shelter. with
No.
everyone?
probably had a few air holes here and there for miners, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Just minor issues.
Yeah, minor issues. It's fine, guys. So the fight continued. Ben had used the aether shard that from the core of the generator that Amanda had. He held onto it and grasped it, overflowing himself with aether, burning himself literally to a crisp, attacking the Tarrasque, dealing massive damage to it, but at the cost of his own body. When he returned, you saw part of his skin was charred black and lost basically all feeling in that area. He is in a rough shape. You gave some first aid as best as you could, a little bit of healing into him as well. Gave him some of the water crystals to help kind of soothe the wounds.
Delicious water crystals.
But
Highly recommend. 10 out
But
of 10.
overall, he's still in a rough shape. He is conscious, but in a very, very rough spot. So, right about there is where we left off.
Yes. So there was an actual medic that did come.
Yes,
Check him out.
and that
Yes.
medic
Yeah.
was helping you guys out.
Yeah.
How you doing, Bella?
So,
In the tunnel, in the bunker where you're safe.
Secret bunkers.
Secret bunker.
basically. So, Bella, as you're in
Hi.
this underground, in this bunker, you're giving out supplies to different people, and you heard the doors shut some 15, maybe even 15 minutes ago. And you're kind of wondering what is happening out there. You hear a lot of different things happening. You hear this energy charging and flowing right before igniting and blasting off some sort of energy. You hear that in multiple waves within this corridor. And you hear one very, very large one, and then you hear metal just creaking and snapping. You hear the roars occasionally of the Tarrasque in the distance, rattling this very cavern. And in the midst of all of this, one of the guards you hear just start shouting out, "Is there anybody in here who was with that group out there?"
Who?
Okay, so he's running in there. He looks panicked. It looks like he's just covered in like all kinds of soot, and looks like part of his armor might be like cracked from falling debris. Looks like he's had a rough go at it right now. So he ends up running in, shouting and like frantically shouting from. He doesn't hear you right now. He's just kind of like running through this area right now.
I'll just run to him.
Okay.
I'll excuse myself and go over to try and like almost calm him down a little.
Okay.
I'll go over and be like, hey. Hey.
Are you with the ones outside?
With the who outside? I think my group's in here. We're just talking. But what do they look like? I can maybe spread the word.
The elephant.
Oh gosh, okay. Yes, I am.
We're racist.
Yes, I am with them. What are they okay? Wait, hang on. What's going on?
So looking at him, he does look human. It looks like he's got a bit of like pale skin under the soot. Looks like he's lived here a very, very long time, maybe most of his life. You're not too certain, but he does look frantic and panicked, and he goes, "This way, right here," and he starts to run off.
Okay. Just say through the psychic link, hey, what the heck?
I'm not on the
Who's all
psychic link.
connected? I forget. Everyone but
It's about this point that the first aid is now like going to Ben and like seeing the wounds right now.
I think Kel's the only one who's conscious and available to answer me.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I out?
You're out
I'm out
still.
still, yeah.
Yeah, you're out. And then Lucky's not here, so I'm not gonna be like, why isn't Lucky answering?
Yeah.
Wait, when you have a psychic link to somebody who's asleep, do you hear their dreams?
I was able to communicate with Lucky, and he was able to communicate with me.
But that
What am I dreaming
wasn't
about?
quite a dream.
What would Daw be dreaming about?
What is Daw dreaming about?
That was electric sheep.
Oh no. So Daw, you would be dreaming of sweet dreams. Nature in flourish, metal.
Because when I was knocked out, Dodd believed that we shot this thing and we hit the Tarrasque, right? So I'm having like victory dreams.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a hero.
In this dream,
And I'm
you-
like, man,
You're being showered
You
with
see-
flower
Yeah.
petals.
Yeah.
You're on top of
Susie's
the
such a
corpse
great
of the
shot.
Tarrasque. You're on top of the corpse of the Tarrasque, just a big barrel.
Susie
right
on my
through it.
shoulders, lifting her up.
Yeah. You're holding the skull of the Tarrasque in one hand as well,
Yeah.
Susie in the other. Like this is quite the dream.
So
I'm
you,
just running, going,
so you think everything's good now? Open the doors.
Do you? Oh yeah, you're like, oh, this is must be why they're wanting me to come out. You know.
they want me to watch the medal ceremony
So
right
as
now.
you run out, he ends up bringing you through this area, and you see written. What languages do you know actually?
I in the middle, celestial, infernal, and in common. I think that's it.
Okay, you don't recognize this language. It looks like it has like warnings on it.
Yeah, I do speak thieves' cant.
This is not thieves' cant.
Gosh dang it! How dare they?
And you end up running through, and he looks like he has to like open up a bunch of different doors, metal reinforced doors, and like open the reinforcements. And there is somebody behind you that's like going to the end of this tunnel, and it looks like it's a tunnel about like 5 different doors that each all have to be unsealed and opened in order for you to keep passing through. And you see it does open up to a top hatch, a ladder that leads to a top hatch that you end up having to climb out of. And as you climb out, the guard goes, "Good luck."
What? Hang on. Where are they?
So
Who?
so
What?
you do. It's pretty close. Actually, no, the market would be a little bit further in. Yeah, so you actually don't know where they are.
Hey guys, I'm up here now.
We're busy.
Where can I ask where you're at? Because they made me leave and come up here, and then they left me here,
We're by
and I don't
Ben.
know where you're at.
We're by Ben.
Where's that?
Lucky's here.
Uh-huh. Where's that?
There's walls around us, right?
Collapsed walls. You're in
There's
a
collapsed walls around us.
you're in a market. You're in an open air market. So there is technically walls, just not many.
We're near a potion shop.
Going through Akara City when you're running to the bunker, there was a general courtyard area that there were shops in.
Okay. I will go
Are you also
to that.
No.
So I'm like, okay,
I just
potion
mentioned
shop.
I could leave it there before.
Okay. You end up
So-
you run out. Make an investigation check, or this would be more perception.
Okay. That was a very Abby roll. I think I'm running solo on my psychic stuff, but I'm gonna use another one. Good. 13.
13. Okay. They're pretty obvious with a sleeping daw on the ground. You do see kind of like behind one of the walls moving antlers and a little bit of golden fur. You would assume that this is who you're talking about and who your friends are. And looking down, you do see that there is a guard that's with them, and he does have like a medic band on his left arm, and it looks like he is helping somebody who is on the ground, and they're all kind of surrounding them, and then Daw's just on his back, just knocked unconscious.
I just run over.
Okay. You end up running
Or run
over to
in.
them. Yeah. They're in kind of like a collapsed shop almost. That's more of like a lean-to now, and they're just within this area to try to avoid just falling debris.
Hi. What?
Oh, you're here.
Who?
How did
I
you
don't
get out?
know. Someone just told me to come out here and find you guys. I don't know what they needed me to do.
What?
They just.
You look down and you now see Ben. His armor is, most of it is cracked and charred and broken, and you see just the fragments of his armor just kind of pushed off to the side and taken off of him, and he is charred and wheezing, barely breathing, barely alive.
Can we get back in? It's definitely safer underground.
We can try. What happened? What?
Long story.
She missed.
No. For him,
That's the
Cowl.
That's the moral of the story.
apparently Amanda had a fraction of like the
Yeah, that thing that
Yeah.
we said we weren't going to use.
Yeah,
and
he
we're gonna
used
go
it.
help the people.
He used it. And this is what happened. He held on to it the whole time. Fought the Tarrasque.
He thought that.
Yeah. Like,
He did a great
landed
job,
on
too.
the Tarrasque and like, "Arr!" You know, I mean, it looked kind of cool. But
Did he win? Is it over?
no.
You hear the roar of the Tarrasque in the distance. It's about a half mile out still. You do hear that there is fighting going on. You hear roars of armies fighting against this Tarrasque right now.
There's a lot going on. We're just taking shelter right now. Unless you think you can get us back underground.
We can try. I don't know. It was heavily reinforced.
Oh, like,
I don't know if they would let us back in.
what did they say to get you to leave?
They said, who's with the group? And the guy was panicking, so I was like, hey, what group? What do they look like? Maybe I can help you find them. And he's like, the elephant.
What
And
is
so,
that? This will be cut out, hopefully.
Technical
No, we didn't.
difficulties.
That's just the Tarrasque.
Yeah, it's the truth.
The Tarrasque got hit in the nuts. Like, it's just.
This is all gonna be
Yep.
exclusive content now.
Yep.
What's that?
The air pressure.
Oh.
How
It
did
was
that
the
turn out?
Tarrasque.
That's what we said!
That's the same joke he said. I was like, it'll get cut out. They're like, no, it's just the Tarrasque.
Sound effects. Spare no attention.
Yeah.
Thank you for your coffee donation.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Make it real, realistic for you guys.
The giant that's fighting him is just speed bagging.
No, now it has to be cut out. All of this has to be cut out now.
No, it has to stay now.
No.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, Abram, for editing this.
Thank you so much. I'll buy you whatever food you want.
And
Yeah, so what did they tell you to make you leave?
They said, oh gosh, is that how far? Back on? Okay. A guy ran in and he seemed really panicked and he's like, who's with the group? And I was like, oh, calm him down.
Did you bring
And
everyone else with you?
No, he was just like, it was really fast. He was like, I said, what group? Maybe I can help spread the word. And he's like, the one with the elephant. And I'm like, that's me, I'm with the group.
Yeah.
And he's like, follow me. And then he ran away. So I followed him, and he brought me up here, and he's like, okay, bye, and then he left.
Vela,
I have no clue
when
what I was
has
supposed to do.
anyone tried to look for us in a positive way? Honestly, you should have just stayed quiet like the others and been safe.
Well, I figured you guys would probably need help. He just didn't specify on what I was supposed to do.
I mean, we do need help.
No, I think we're
And
pretty
the
good
help
now.
we need is to get back in the bunker.
Let's try it. Let's just try it.
Okay, we have 2 unconscious people. Well, not we have 1 unconscious elephant, and a very badly hurt, probably shouldn't move very much Ben. So, in your opinion, is it worth it to drag them across this courtyard?
Let me go try to open the trapdoor real quick. Let me
Okay.
just go try that real quick.
Here, maybe, what if I go with you?
Yes,
Cowl and Lucky, can you hold down the fort here with the situation?
oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Meanwhile, you see him putting air into his sword.
Yeah. His sword's just going.
I can give you help.
He's just farting. Sword. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, so we'll leave Cal and Lucky with the farting sword, and we'll go try and open the trapdoor.
Yes.
Ooh.
That means we open the door.
Yes.
Oh! That is the door opening sound. We've made it, folks. Congratulations.
The power of blue tooth.
Power up.
Not green teeth.
No.
Only the blue teeth.
Blue is
Anything that's blue or green teethed, I hate them.
Hate 'em.
Hate 'em.
Terrible.
Has to be blue teethed.
Exactly.
Tara agrees with me on this.
Yeah, I do. 100%. Wholeheartedly.
So, looking out, Lucky is still kind of like, he was kind of tending to Ben a little bit, but realized he kind of couldn't do anything, so was kind of just still looking out from this courtyard in this viewing area where you can see the Tarrasque in the distance. The Tarrasque is fighting. It looks like it is growing weaker. All of these different fire giants, this legion, fighting against it are seeming to fare decently, but at this distance you can't tell what the cost of these lives is producing. You just see the Tarrasque is starting to fall a little. The other cannons are still firing. They are generating energy and firing as well. There is the one that you had that the whole cannon itself is like barreled outwards and it is steaming.
Man, looks like a really cool person.
As you look at it, though, you do see that there is blue energy starting to like arc around this metal dome that creates this generator. So the generator itself might be going super critical.
Is the light red?
It is not. It is a green energy or a blue energy, which is what the generator was producing.
It's
And
fine.
Wait, you turn it off, right?
like it's producing a lot of energy.
Yeah, I mean, he said as long as the light inside didn't turn to red, it's fine.
You can't see the inside of this.
I'm assuming it's not red.
Well, remember, the light's not there anymore.
That's also true. It's just the generator. And the generator is not red, so everything is fine. It's a-okay.
Sure.
If it's aether, maybe we can absorb it.
Or we just lure the
Yeah,
Tarrasque.
well, to absorb it.
This isn't a ether generator.
Never mind, we can't do it.
And just absorb all generators.
No.
I mean, you have one generator blow up, and it kind of like sets the standard for all generators that you encounter.
Wow. Every time a generator blows up now, we're like, yes!
We're like, yes,
Every time a generator
yeah,
blows up,
get in the blast!
Every time a generator blows up, an angel gets their wings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Person.
One angel's got wings right now. Let's get up to 2. So
So Mr. C2 and Miss Susie or so S0.
No, I see. I feel like you're gonna try and connect the dots.
It
and
is.
No, we're not connected. We're not.
Susie,
this,
I
is,
know.
this is unable to connect.
Is C2 your fake sister? Now we know.
That is my new favorite conspiracy
Missing in
theory.
action.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
like sent to the different plane.
Sure, that's what I was. I was missing in action
Looking for more
because I was
generators
sent
to
to
blow
a
up.
different plane.
And
Got
C2 just flat out ran away.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
So
Anyways.
you guys are now trying to. Lucky is gonna come and help lift Ben as best as possible, probably with you. Dawes.
Hang on.
No,
We're not
no,
moving Ben
Oh,
yet.
that's
they're
right.
they're waiting. Yes.
that's right,
We're
my
trying to see if we can get the door open even.
So you do have to. It is a bit of like a run to get from the courtyard to this bunker area.
Yeah.
Who's gonna go to that? Was it Villa?
Well, she's leading
Yeah,
the way
that
because I
one's
don't know
Susie.
where it's at.
Okay, so you're going as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the two of them. Girls trip.
Oh no.
Girls trip.
All right, someone's getting in an accident.
No.
So, as you guys end up running off to the door, you do see that there is that that little like command table where there is that guard there, the one that you had previously talked to.
Yes.
And he is standing outside right there, just kind of like looking at the map plans, and still has all of the diagrams out of the Tarrasque on there. And he's still like relegating commands right now and.
As I'm running by, can I do like a perception glance at his papers to
Sure.
see?
He is right by the door.
Oh, the trapdoor that we're going to?
Or not the trap door, but the
Oh,
main
okay.
door.
No, but I'm assuming we're running past him. I want to see if I can get any like information off his papers as we're running.
Okay, you would have to make like a full L to get up there.
Well,
but,
then never mind. We're just going to the trapdoor.
okay, I thought you were going to the main door. That's
No.
not bad. Okay.
No.
Okay,
We
so
don't, they're not going to open that. for
okay,
us,
so running to this trapdoor area, you do see that there's that service tunnel. It's about the size of a manhole cover, and it is a fully sealed, flush with the stonework lid. There is no like handles. There is carvings on there, and there is written text. What language do you speak?
Almost nothing. It's just common in Elvish, my dude.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's written in a language both of you don't understand.
English.
And I see if there's any any outline of the trap.
Make an
door there
investigation
that I-
check.
Okay, because I want to see if I can use my thieves' tools to be sneaky.
Which you totally should be able to.
Yeah, just don't do a deck save.
I'm gonna use my last psionic power because this is important. 21.
21. It looks like it's a hatch that has all of the mechanisms on the inside of this. It does have this metal bar that goes across it, and it does look like it is a joint where once you turn the crank on the inside, it does look like it goes out or goes to seal itself into the walls in this lid. So it probably could be destroyed.
Yes. We need bum.
but
then it would be.
But then we would compromise the integrity of
Yeah.
the safe
but
hole.
the seal itself
Yeah.
is intentionally made to be completely sealed. So in case lava does end up flowing over this, it doesn't end up getting in there and killing people from the inside right there.
What did this guy send me here for? I'm gonna hit it, like knock, but like, stone, so I'm like smacking it.
Just-
Really.
Hello. Yeah.
You're doing the plap plap on the stonework with your hands. Just
Yes.
tap 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 tap.
But like really, 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 really intensely.
Aggressively, yes.
Aggressively tapping.
Aggressively clapping, yes.
No, not what I said.
I think you did. So, as you're smacking on this, nothing. You do remember you had to go through about 5 doors to get to that one hatch. They probably closed the other 5 doors and sealed them again.
What did they?
Are you sure there's a trap door here? It's looking like not a trap door.
It's
Trap.
And do you see the bar right here? That's the.
Like, you could clearly see it's like stone and then a metal circle lid.
Oh.
But it's like
And it says
flush.
trapdoor on it in the label.
Yeah. And
It
I'm
says
like,
trapdoor.
yeah.
Uh,
The
there is
label I can't read.
and there is
yeah.
text written along like the ring of it.
I go, well,
Explains how to open it. You just can't read it.
yeah.
Maybe it's a blood. Maybe it's a blood steel.
Oh, we need Augustus here to break that.
Should I? I'll try.
No.
Just a little.
Bella, I don't think they
Like
do
a-
that here.
No, a finger prick, not the stupid like.
I mean, I know you're smarter than that, but I don't think they do that here.
I don't think they do that here. If they did, that'd be really inconvenient.
Yeah. So this was a bust, and they're not going to open
This
the main
was.
gates for us until everything is complete. So we just gotta run back to the shelter and
We gotta kill the
what?
trap.
Is Ben gonna,
Oh,
You gotta kill the Tarrasque.
is Ben gonna survive if we don't get him
he's
like a
stable.
cleric or something?
He's stable.
Is he?
Yeah, he's stable.
Don's fine too. Don't worry about Don.
Yeah, Don's just. I mean,
Don
no, we
doesn't
bandaged
seem
him out.
Taking a
He's
nap.
fine. He's just taking a nap
Don's-
too. Why
Don's
don't we
taking a
run
nap.
back to the shelter before we get hurt over here?
You're probably
Okay.
gonna be like all stay
Okay.
up.
And looking up, you do see that part of the rock is still across this cliff face that's above you. It's still kind of molten, and it is like just barely slowly melting from that blast of the breath weapon.
Yeah, that's probably what makes you say that. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, what do you do, Kel? You see that the both of them are still unconscious, or Ben is barely conscious. He's in and out of consciousness right now, kind of fading almost. So Dot is the only one that's like, you could do anything. Do you do anything to try to wake him, or
Wake up!
you feel in your dream like some bird is like flying at your face and just like beating you with its wings right now?
yeah, and you're like, oh, get out of here, bird.
You do hear him just going, just moaning through his dream.
Kind of flap my ear a little bit.
Duh! We failed! It
What?
didn't work!
What? Does that wake me up?
Hearing the word fail,
Yeah.
What?
She missed!
Susie, where's? She couldn't have missed. Did you see the size of the thing? It's like a city.
It's I helped her out so much, but she miraculously she missed.
How could this be?
I don't know.
to be honest though, it was about a half mile away, and it was a fairly like large blast radius, but
I should have just
that
fought
much
to get
range
advantage on the roll. That's all
to
I
go
have
that
say.
far with the energy that was coalescing around that made it a little bigger of a hitbox, which made the AC be lower. Still, unfortunately, wasn't enough.
Oh, was it technically flanked though?
No.
By the fire giant and Ben?
No.
I'm thinking
Just
yes.
saying.
Can I
This
reroll
one,
now?
yeah.
DM, can I please reroll
We
right now
reroll.
at this moment? No.
We'll re-record. We'll just
Yeah.
re-roll back.
Why don't we, all the other cannons that are still up, why don't we go to the one that's hitting the most and supercharge that one?
Because he's
You
out
do-
of the aether.
You do hear them
cannot.
going, and as like you're like okay, and you like go to sit up, like you feel faint. It feels like you're low in iron right now. You're just like,
Oh, anemic. Haha.
Yeah. So I am going to head. I'm gonna heal a
I'm
little
allowed to
bit
make
because
those
I'm gonna
jokes.
die if I don't. So I'm gonna cure wounds.
okay,
No, he should have gotten some help
Yeah.
too.
Oh, did I
but
get-
Yeah,
from
you
the
got help.
From the medic?
Yeah.
uh-huh.
How much?
I want to say you were given a minor healing potion.
I don't remember. I know we kind of focused everything on
Yeah.
Ben, but
Yeah.
you also did receive treatment.
gave
just
Ben a
didn't really
supreme.
roll for it.
Yeah, he got one of my supremes. Right?
Yeah.
You heal 9 points.
How you looking, buddy? Good, great, wonderful.
I mean, I'm at a little under half of my health. But I'm
Okay.
better now.
Not bad.
All right.
So yeah, you still feel faint.
Yeah.
From the aether over usage. That doesn't fade. You do still feel that faintness with you, but you are fully conscious now. You see Ben is still now on the ground and charred.
Wow. Is there anything we can do to help him? Did you guys already give him healing?
Oh, he's good.
He's
Yeah.
good.
He's
Doesn't
great.
look good.
Yeah, but don't we all not look good?
I mean, I
You
look
see that there's a
You look
little
pretty bad.
soot
Speak for
on,
yourself, yeah.
just a tiny bit of soot on the golden fur of Cowl. He doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'm dirty. I need to take a shower after this. But other than that, I haven't taken any damage, so I'm good.
So, where's everybody else then? They die.
Susie and Bella are running away, and we're here with Ben.
Chickens.
Yeah.
As you say chickens, you hear of them running up right now.
I mean,
Oh, they're
Yeah.
back. They must have
Tara!
found
Or-
courage.
Tara!
You were looking at the ground when you said
Yeah.
Terra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tara.
Uh,
Yeah, it's
who,
Tara. We're on Tara.
Yep.
Susie, what happened?
Vela came out of a trap door from the bunker, so we went to see if we could reopen it. Not gonna work. We can't get back in till the fight's over.
I
So
don't think
we're.
that's what he's asking.
What happened at the...
Well, I'm giving the update of why we left right now. Cowl.
We would have been safe. That's what I'm saying.
Cal says we missed.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You,
Probably
do,
best we
you
don't
look
follow
over and you
that.
see Lucky is still channeling into his little blade, and you do see that it is like creating like these like visible like white wisps of wind around him and around the blade, but you're not seeing like anything like major happening from this. But it looks like the blade is reacting to something that he's holding.
Isn't it supposed to be a fire blade?
He doesn't have any fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
He has
interested.
lights and air.
We're just gonna watch him for a while with that knowledge. Because he's not here for me to harass in real life yet.
Dude.
But yes,
So what's the plan then? We can't get back in?
No, we can't get back in. So now we. Oh, Vela, do you need water? We have plenty of water crystals here. I don't know what they had in the bunker for you.
you're pretty
Yeah,
parched.
actually,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here. Let me. First one's on the house, and I like crack open the crystal for you.
You use your dagger and just like
Yeah,
pop
I'm
it
a
up.
pro at this now. I've opened so many of these.
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, it's
I
delicious.
haven't had any water since we ran from the Tarrasque in the first place.
Oh, this will be delicious for you then.
It is. It's
Cool.
it's cool, but not like fully cold. But honestly, that's really great for your body right now to have water that's not super cold in this heat. That's
Yeah.
actually really good for you.
Yes.
So as you're kind of chugging on this, you just see the medics just go like, Any luck on your end on where you would end?
On what?
No.
The trap door that you were talking about. No, no.
I just gave the whole speech. It's not gonna open.
I'm sorry, I was listening to his heartbeat, and you see he's like taking off a stethoscope.
Oh, sorry, homeboy. I didn't see you had the stethoscope on.
He just goes ahead and like rolls it up,
It's
puts
Dr.
it back
Homeboy to
in.
you.
Dr. Homeboy. Homeboy MD. Thank you. Thank you.
There's writing on the trapdoor that we can't read. I don't know if
It should be an undercommon.
we don't speak
I
that.
speak undercommon.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh. Describe to me how it was when you left it. What was the tunnel you were referring to?
It was a tunnel with a bunch of reinforced doors that we had to go through.
Oh, the emergency ventilation shaft.
Yes, I vented.
Understood.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
he's just kind of like, that's suspicious.
Sus.
All right.
We need to vote you off.
Yeah, bring back Allison. Take out.
Yeah. We need an emergency meeting right now. Actually.
Mosh, Emmanuel? Oh my gosh! Hey.
I mean, so Abby's actually the imposter, so we need you to come back.
Abby's out now, so.
Yeah.
There's
What
nobody.
do you mean?
You take. Girl, I am the imposter. It was Emmanuel all along.
Emmanuel's been
No,
in Arizona this
anyways,
whole time.
It was me the whole time, and it was pretty cool.
It was. It's been pretty sick out here
It was
in
pretty
Arizona.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
So you do see he's kind of like a little more right.
If somebody can get in, will they be able to open it from the inside?
I maybe. I mean, I might be able to talk to the guards to be able to get him in there for emergency treatment.
Let's try that first.
Nice, yeah.
I need help lifting him. I'm not that strong.
Is
We'll
there
get-
I am.
within all the rubble? Is there like a board or something that we can maybe lay him
Make an
on?
investigation check.
Oh, we gotta get a gurney.
I'll say with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And roll
Honestly.
17 plus investigation.
Yep.
18.
Nice.
Nice.
You do end up finding there is like different types of tarps and like different like burlap coverings, like for the awnings that have fallen. There are planks available as well. You could fashion something like this, and then with Susie, you definitely would be able to fashion this.
Yes,
Okay.
we've got it.
I think we should. And
Absolutely.
then just kind of like get some of you the burnt rope. Do you still have that?
It is unburned.
Okay.
Excuse
Yeah.
you.
Well, we'll use that and we'll kind of tie in
But-
it so it doesn't.
But I mean, it's gonna be holding on to Ben now, so it's gonna be burned either way. So, point even. I mean, Ben can't hear me right now. He's unconscious. As we're
Jonas adding
strapping
more hit
him.
points.
That was not a direct rope burner insult, okay?
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
but
with him more hit
that
points
was-
right now, we'll take it.
It's the
I'm
Tarrasque.
going to
You're
be
healing
the
the Tarrasque.
He's
reason. No.
He's regenerating.
Roll me another d20. Get the 18. Get the 18.
No, no. Okay, but
18.
that would have been so funny.
It's actually an ancient red dragon with a 10.
Oh, awesome.
Great, that's what
Well,
I was
he'll
hoping
fight
for.
the Tarrasque.
Yeah,
Gladiator battle.
absolutely.
Okay,
Alright, so
yeah, we're gonna try to get Ben inside.
I take one into the
Yeah,
gurney, you take the other.
we got it.
Stretch
Okay.
it.
You do see Lucky ends up kind of like running up to go help with that. And speaking of Lucky, I believe we now have a Lucky in the chat.
He's in the chat. He's lurking in the chat.
How lucky is that?
Yeah.
I get to sit where I. There we go.
Your picture's
Much
fixed.
better. Good picture here.
Oh, we're getting in.
Look at him. Oh, he's a little shifted. There we go.
Remind me as I messed up my camera.
That's kind of shifty.
Oh, Tanner, how dare you?
Oh, how dare you. You're a little quiet on our end, Tanner.
Yes.
What?
You're a little quiet on our end.
Did you also shift your microphone? Did you?
That wasn't me. I always bring down the gain of my microphone because it's quiet for you guys, but no one else.
Weird.
He thought he put his mic there, but it was just the vodka.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Whiskey, actually.
Whiskey.
Speaking into the empty bottle.
Why is it so quiet?
Spin the bottle.
No.
So, everybody right now is picking up Ben, putting him onto this field medic gurney that you guys have crafted from the rubble around here. And I would say it's about the four of you, the medic and you guys, like everybody on one end, holding up Ben right now and like trying to move him slowly. And Ben is in and out of consciousness right now. He is in a bad shape. The Tarrasque fight is still happening. You still had no luck with the wind, unfortunately, on your blade. But continuing a bit further into this, it takes you a good, like, maybe 5 minutes to even get close to the bunker or in eye shot of the bunker. Because you're walking at such a slow pace.
Especially
with
trying
Ben.
to keep Ben stable, yeah.
You do hear the Tarrasque roaring again. In the distance, you see a flash of red, orange color again from its breath weapon. This seems like it's still an ongoing fight currently. The waves of lava is starting to crash and cascade against the rock faces of Akaru City. Nothing is flowing directly at you yet, but it does look like there is a bit of flow kind of now happening with this intense fight in these lava pools. So, a little chilly, it's okay. So as you guys are walking over to him, you just hear the medic going, "Help! Can I get some help?" A few of the guards run up and then they like take his position and are now like helping you guys bring Ben in a lot more stable. And you see he runs up to the head guard, salutes him, and starts to convey what is going on. Let me go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage. I'll say. That was a good thing I rolled advantage. One of them was a 1.
Whew.
So, he ends up explaining it to him. Guard looks over, kind of keeps talking with him, and keeps looking over at Ben as you guys are still approaching closer and closer to this main gate. And he's just kind of like it looks like he's concerned. He's talking in a low voice, one that you can't really hear unless you're like right there in earshot of him. But he does look like he has like a face of concern and of a pained kind of expression, almost like something is just like he's struggling, and he's just nods his head, and you see he goes ahead and yells out to the other guards, "Open it, just a crack. We close it and seal it, and we seal it tight. We don't open it again." And a few of the guards are like, "But sir," and he's like, "Just do this one task, please." And you see they go ahead and, all right, and they end up pulling on these enormous levers and gears that you see the door itself is just this beautiful artwork of sealed gears and metal plates. And as they're shifting those, you see those metal plates are now starting to shift away, and you see the intricacies of the door as the cranks are now starting to open the door and spread it open once again. And it's kind of like this hatch that opens up like this kind of a door, and then opens that way. So it's this intricate, beautiful artwork of a door, and it does open up just barely enough that you would have to crouch to get in, but it's enough. And as the doors are opening, you hear people on the other side going, "Why is the door opening? Is it over? I don't think it's over." And they're like, a few people are kind of like getting panicked in there, and you hear the guards yelling, "Don't worry, the head guard has a reason for this. I hope And like everybody right now is in a panic because this is something that should not happen that is happening right now.
Yeah.
And you guys end up walking in with Ben, and a few of them are like, why does he get to enter in? And a few people are getting up in arms and a little angry at the fact that one person is opening up. They're opening up the gates for just one person and not the rest of them. Not like they're putting at risk this whole collective for just the one.
Are any super close to us? Like, I am hearing them directly
Yes.
being like, this fool is risking everyone. I would say this man is fighting the Tarrasque for your sake. Is why he's in this condition. And just in passing as we're still carrying him. Like, show some respect.
And then you see some, it's a dwarf that's looking at him. He looks over and goes, he's no guard.
Whatever.
But you do end up bringing him over to the medics.
Did Ben happen to hear that?
Ben is in and out of consciousness right now. Like
I'm hoping not.
I'm
I'm really hoping
heard
not.
some of that.
Because he's gonna be like, oh, and I'll be like,
Shut up!
You can start writing you letters.
Who is carrying Ben's sword? Is the question.
I'll do it.
Probably
I think I was.
Oh.
Okay.
I think you did grab it.
Oh, you're carrying 2 swords?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have another sword.
Oh, I thought you
No,
It's
he
a
has like
dagger.
the tiny dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a broken hilted sword. That's the dagger
Yeah.
that we got from Ember.
Yeah.
So you're walking with him, and you do have the sword. You do have his sheath for it and everything kind of slung over your back. But you do see it's a beautiful sword, and it has that black iron polished look to it, that gunmetal kind of sheen. The sword itself, as you had to handle it, is warm. The sword itself is very warm. Not too warm to the touch, but it could get there if you held it for a prolonged time. It seems as though the sword also absorbed a lot of that heat that was emitting, and it's beautifully made. And now you're getting a closer look at it, and you see that there are leather wrappings around for the handle itself. In the pommel, you see that there is this beautiful, crushed gemstone art piece on just the pommel itself, and it does look like it's like an ember almost made out of these different crystals and gemstones that make it look like a mosaic piece just on the pommel, but very small. It's a beautiful craftsmanship. And as you do hold on to the sword and you have the dagger, you do feel that there is a similar warmth between the two.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys are now setting him onto the table, onto one of these operating tables, for lack of a better term, the other doctors there, they end up getting to work, and it looks like they are starting to apply salves and start to actually try to bandage him. You do look like there is one healer that looks overworked. It looks like he is at his wit's end and super tired, but he walks over and it's just, all right, and is now starting to pour in what little magic he has left in reserves to try to heal Ben. You do see that the open wounds that it looks like they were probably explosions, and some of the shrapnel that had hit him from these pieces of the shell are now starting to be removed, and those open wounds are being healed over with the magic. But the actual burns and crispiness of his skin, that's hardly fading at all. Yes.
Once he's safely with other people,
Yes.
I would go find Amanda to be like, hey, he's in here now.
Yeah. Okay.
I would do the same thing.
All right.
We're on an adventure to find Amanda.
Amanda would have walked with you guys as you entered.
Oh, okay, never mind.
yeah.
She found us first.
Yeah, Amanda and Kella are standing there just watching in just horror, and just it looks like they're trying to steel themselves, but it's rough for them.
Well, then I guess Lucky and I will kind of take turns telling pieces of the story of what we saw, because we had 2 different perspectives. So we'll relay all that information to Amanda and Kella then.
Okay. You're starting to relay that information to them, and It looks like Amanda isn't. If under different circumstances, Amanda probably would be angry that you are carrying the sword of her ally, but it seems in this moment she's nothing but thankful. And Kella is less emotional, but you do see that he is more trying to save face right now for everybody right now. It's a grim situation for everyone right now, but they are now updated on what has happened.
And I'm just we're telling them the story in like hushed tones. We're not like,
Yes.
and then
Absolutely.
I missed.
and then the cannon's gonna explode soon. I don't know. There's
All
a
gonna
lot
die.
of blue coming out from it. No.
So they are starting to work on Ben and like actually trying to bandage him and actually give him the best care that they can in this triage center.
So now what do? We leave the giants to fight?
I mean, there's no way we're going back out again.
Even if we wanted to.
I mean, Bella could probably take us to the place where she got out, but if we go out, we're not coming back in. So we either stay in or we stay out. And right now, I think staying in is the better option, since the cannon mysteriously broke. Mysteriously.
It's too bad they gave you the faulty cannon.
Yeah.
And all the other
They
cannons
really-
worked seamless.
Yeah. It was really a shame. I'm just saying it's probably a little rusty.
Make
You
a
know,
deception check.
The other guy told me that they hadn't used these cannons in quite a while, so
We should put it
9.
9. Everybody you think believes you.
I think everyone really believes me. I believe myself.
Ben is looking at you right now with his eyes barely open.
I was gonna say Ben's not even conscious, and he's like, "You lying."
the cannon had like Joy-Con drift.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
That's
it
what it
did
was.
have the
right
Joy-Con.
aligned,
Yeah.
and then it just went.
The button was sticky. Yeah. I swear, I pushed the button.
This is why they should have made the controls with the GameCube. It never failed.
If the GameCube controls never failed, I will die on this hill. Bring back the GameCube controller, superior configuration. Anyways, and not like the ones that they tried to recreate. The ones that they've remade
aftermarket.
still don't like the buttons are different.
No, the ones that they've made now are like the old Mad Dog like Xbox.
Yeah.
games.
Yes.
The ones that like had
Super
a
thin
hum to
plastic.
them. Like they
Yeah.
were,
The ones that they've made for like the Switch and the not good. Give me the original GameCube controllers back. Give them back. Anyways, Ben's
Or keep in
dying.
mind that they have Nintendo Switch GameCube compatible GameCube controllers.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
They're not
it's
good.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
Not good.
They're
They
different.
are.
They are
Yeah.
not the same.
Because GameCube didn't have like a home and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they're like bigger, they're awkward more, and like the way the Joy-Con moves, it's not the same.
What's the kind we have?
What the kind that she doesn't like?
The Pro?
No, we have
Oh,
a GameCube
just-
controller.
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the remade GameCube controls, I do not like them.
Starting to-
I thought I would like them, I do not like them.
So about
So Ben's dying, so Ben's
so
It's
about
fine.
about another 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes later, you can't really tell in this space. There's just that crashing, that thrashing that's occasionally happening. You do hear that there are those roars, and now they're sounding more, not panicked, but more desperate roars from this Tarrasque.
Okay, better.
How long has it been
We're
since
killing it.
Ben was medicked outside?
About maybe 45 minutes.
Okay.
He's still at this point he's like,
Yeah, he still has the armor back at this as well.
I'm sorry?
He still has the ice shield.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they do have to kind of like crack through that a little bit to like actually get to there, or you can just release the spell on him.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say you release the spell because if they try to crack through it, they're gonna get hit by ice.
Yeah, it's gonna damage him.
So you remove the spell
But
and
bonus, more ice.
So there's a bunch of dead medics all around him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Couldn't pierce
Ice
through
slice
the.
through them.
Yeah.
He rises. He's the Ice King.
Yeah. He's no longer a
Ice
phoenix.
Sure.
He rises out of the ice.
He's the Iceborn Phoenix.
You call me the cube.
Yep. Thank you, Abby. So he is stable. He's not in any fighting condition currently, but he is stable. And who has the shard right now? Is it in the portable hole?
No, it was wrapped up
I wrapped it up in my cloak and I'm
in the
holding
cloak. Are you holding it still?
And your bandana. It's
Yeah,
double
and we got
wrapped.
wrapped my bandana. I think I had it last
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I had
Lucky.
all the goodies apparently.
Okay,
Yeah,
Lucky.
besides
So you
neck
have
tattoos.
the
Yeah.
shard right now, and Amanda is now
Sporting
at this point. Amanda is now going back into leadership mode and is now going. Where's the shard?
I think we all just point at Lucky.
Are you? Have you physically touched the shard?
No.
Good. May I have that back? She's holding out her hand towards you.
I just pull out the whole bundle of cloth and just put it in her hand.
Yeah, it's so much cloth.
She goes ahead and takes it and goes, thank you, and just opens up her takes off her backpack and then unzips it and loads it back in and then zips it back up.
That is a powerful weapon.
I don't want to use it. I mean, look at him. And she just looks over at Ben, who's now just covered in bandages, and they are still applying different salves, and it looks like they're trying everything they can to help with these burns. And it seems as though they are well versed in handling burns in Flame Reach, even ones of this severity. It doesn't look like they are panicked, but they're working very efficiently. But it does take time when his whole body is kind of burned. And you do see that charring happened on his right arm mainly, and it kind of went up to the shoulder, and then some of the a very light charring and just burning up the skin is kind of up here, kind of on the side of his face a little bit.
From the hand that he held the shard with?
Yeah. Sorry, left hand. Because he held it with his left hand, so that the left arm and the face on the left side. On the arm that he was holding the sword in, you see around his hand is he has blistering on his palm and a little bit around his hand, but
It's hard to heal.
it was rough for him as well. But it seems as though where he physically held it, that's where it really charred and affected him the most.
So Ben will be okay, and we just sit.
Pretty much.
Hopefully.
So I just sit down.
I think you guys need to get some rest.
Probably. Yes. If we have time to rest.
The only thing that would be helpful for me is a long rest.
Very nice. Yeah.
And
Right.
we
I
might not
think
have enough time for a long rest.
if we can.
So you just as you're kind of discussing this, you do hear the roaring, and every time it roars and crashes into something, and it was at the lake, this giant lake of this molten lava and magma. As it's getting closer and closer, you do hear more impacts, as if it's at the cliffs. Still in a distance away, but it is now at the cliff faces, where the sheer drop off to the lake begins.
Yeah, like that.
We can't. I mean, we're doomed either way. Whether we stay here and do nothing or go out there and do also nothing.
I think the best thing for you guys to do is rest. As much as you can.
I agree.
So.
You hear the roars and the fighting for another 10 minutes, give or take, before you just start hearing just pain roars. Destruction happening all around you. You hear it more above you now that you're in this tunnel. You hear it kind of above you into the distance, in the rock itself. As if it's now on land, being destroying something. What you do hear, it is starting to wane in power.
Yeah.
I'd say everybody's kind of just sitting almost silently, and every time a crash happens, a bunch of people in the cave just kind of panically start whispering and talking, but overall, the inside of this cave is silent. Everybody is listening and waiting in bated breath.
Yeah. I mean, so are we taking like a long rest? Or
You wouldn't have time for a
attempting?
long rest.
I didn't think we would.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Short rest, maybe?
Be an hour. You guys are attempting to start a short rest, I would say. You do hear the crashing and the cascading on these, and you do hear this loud guttural roar that just fades, and then a loud impact once again. Everything rattles.
Sounds like it's been defeated.
You
Or
don't
the
hear-
Titan's been defeated.
You don't hear anything else. You hear in the very distance just a loud, not as loud, but a roar that just echoes throughout the cave of Flame Reach.
Well, if they open the doors, we'll know for sure. If the doors stay closed, I think we're dead.
So, are there any of the guards around it? And like
The guards are more towards like the outer perimeter. There's a few of them kind of like around each like main station of like triage and then emergency supplies, and around all the exits are all guards.
Okay, so I'll make my way to one of the guards.
Okay.
I just want to ask, excuse me, the Great One that was sent to fight, is that a threat if he wins? Is he a threat to us?
It could be. The Orofir was a proud warrior a long, long time ago, and now is, as far as we can tell, deranged. The Crimson Vanguard, even the Ashen Throne, they keep him locked away until it is necessary for him to emerge, and he rarely emerges.
And does he go back home when he's done?
I've never seen him released in my lifetime. My grandfather would be the only one, and he was only a boy. And he talked of his release, and he leveled a part of the Crimson Meadows before he was subdued and resealed. It is much larger than the other fire giants.
Well, hopefully they know how to subdue it. Because
I hope now after all
if it's
these
out there
years.
beating that monster,
Yeah, especially after that big
And
battle.
and it looks like everybody else, even the guards, are now like just waiting, concerned and waiting.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. They'll be fine.
This is fine.
It's fine. It's a good thing. We won. Did you hear there's a new tunnel over there on the wall?
A new tunnel.
Yes, they've been recently excavated. Probably some good mining opportunities.
Yeah, maybe.
If this all blows over, you should head out there and see if you can scope it out.
I think I'll be good here.
It was the same direction, just a little bit to the right of where the Tarrasque was.
Yeah.
In that direction.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like you look right at where the Tarrasque was, and then you just shift your gaze over like 20 degrees. And it's right
20
here.
degrees.
should be easy to find.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tarrasque wasn't really moving much, so
Yeah, so.
it should actually be pretty easy to find where it was.
Listen, I know you guys are upset, but you will never be as upset as me. Okay? I'm so upset. Cannons are my favorite thing. And I missed so many shots. And I'm so very upset because my
You
dice
landed
just
one good
rolled.
shot. It was
I
good.
landed one good shot and
You
then
miss
my
100% of the
dice,
shots you don't take. and even the ones that you do
That's
take.
rolling ones. I got like,
95%.
so many ones.
You do take.
So upset.
It's okay.
After a while, you do hear the rumbling is still occasionally happening. The doors are still shut. I would say at this point you guys would get a short rest.
Alright.
I'll take
So you
that.
can use hit dice to heal.
Absolutely, we'll take one. Awesome. I'm almost back at full. Amazing.
Oh crap, I'm already above full.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty cool. Okay, so we take
Yeah,
a short
so
rest.
we take a short rest.
Okay. You end up healing up, and if any of you guys have abilities that restore for a short rest, then they would restore right now.
Hence the short rest.
Yes.
I will use a bonus action to get one psionic energy die back.
Nice.
Just one little guy. Just
maybe
a
do
little-
one. Yeah, just one little
Honey.
boy.
Just a little tiny bit, please.
Okay. So, as you guys are now still kind of waiting with bated breath, you do hear and you do see that, and the gate is now opening. The bit of light is now starting to shine through in this very thin beam that just grows into this big open light. And there is light in this cavern you guys are in. Not a significant amount, but there is light regardless. And you do see that there are many people in here that are now being blinded by this transition of light. Most of you are, really. But now it is open. You do see the head guard walks forward and ends up shouting out in here. You are the fourth bunker to be released. The others have been released as well. There will be more to come. We are releasing all of you in sections. If you do not find your loved one, please do wait for moments before reporting any lost loved ones or any lost persons. This should take about another hour to release the others. Please be patient. Please do not push, do not panic. The threat is over. You may resume your lives, but please resume them in an orderly fashion. And you hear people kind of like getting their gear and heading back out into this area. And it is a lot of people. In this chamber that you guys were in, it fit maybe about like 60.
Do we have our full party with like Seamuson and Rose, or were they
Yes.
still separate? Okay. So are we pretty much just gonna dip and run since they don't like the Xenetians?
Well, they might like us.
You do see there are people that do kind of like walk by and just sneer at a few of them, and you do see them kind of like pull the hood up a little closer, kind of trying to like cover themselves a little bit.
I'll do it back at them.
And you do notice now,
Yeah.
the Xenetians themselves, they have a slightly different like color of their hair. Where Drow have that very like stark white, theirs has a bit of gray to it almost. And you're now starting to notice this stark difference between the Drow that exist here and the others that are Xenetians in your group. And all of the Xenetians that are Drow have that
Even
different
Kella?
color. What? Oh, Kella? Yes,
Yeah.
even
Okay.
Kella.
So it's not just me.
That's how they know to discriminate against them.
Yeah.
You know, that's
And it looks like they are trying
Ashley
to like
White
cover
hair.
themselves a bit more to try to not be found out.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we're just leaving, so
Yeah.
I'm just ready to get out of the city.
They end up giving Ben like a piece of like wood for like a walking stick,
Oh shoot, we can't move fast with Ben like this.
Take his sword.
and he's just like, just kind of like just limping. He is conscious and aware, but he is not in a good shape.
I'm already carrying Lucky like a baby.
Gosh, hey, Cal, come on. Lucky has feet.
Priorities.
You need to carry Ben like a baby because
Who
he
has
is
the
one.
stronger strength between you and Lucky?
Lucky.
I don't think so, Cal. What's your strength, Eli?
I have 19.
I only have 18.
Oh,
So then you
Okay.
carry Ben like
Then
a
I'm
little
carrying.
baby that he is.
no, I'm carrying Lucky.
No, put Lucky down and carry Ben,
I'm always
please.
carrying Lucky.
I'm a grown man. I can walk on my own.
I'm a real boy.
he's,
I'm a real boy.
he's literally older than you.
I don't
That
know
is
that.
true.
I don't know.
I think you should know that.
When I met him, he was smaller than me, so I think he's younger. Okay?
Yeah.
When
All I can say
when
is
you're as
our
tall as
case
me,
is
I'll let you walk on
You're the oldest one in the group.
Yeah.
You're older than
You
Amanda.
can tell age by height.
You're a tree.
Yes. I'm a great tree. I've been around for many months.
He's actually an
Oh.
ant.
Yeah, I knew it this whole time, leading up to the reveal of you actually being an ant. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you carry Ben.
Yeah, I guess. He's
Okay.
carrying the sword though. So
Okay, you do end up carrying Ben, and as you are like kind of like hoisting him up, he's just like, this is so embarrassing.
I'm not carrying him like a baby.
Please.
How are you carrying him?
Carry him like a baby, please.
How are you carrying him?
It's like a over the shoulder
Like fireman?
kind of thing.
That would hurt.
That's
Well, I
not
don't know how
good
else
for
to
him.
carry him.
No, like a baby.
But I don't love him.
Maybe we should find a cart or
Okay, fine.
beast.
I'll
of
carry
burden.
him like a baby, but it
Okay.
won't be lovingly. It's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this.
Okay. He's just like, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And he looks over to you, Lucky, and then like kind of like goes like this. Like it looks like he just can't talk over a certain decibel right now. Like he probably breathed in a lot of smoke as well from all of this.
He probably needs to
Smoking
hold the
kills.
sword.
He kind of like beckons you closer to him, so that way you're like almost face to face with him.
Yeah.
And you just hear him just say, "Hey kid, make sure you take good care of that sword for me, please, yeah."
Always make sure you get better so you can use it again.
Yeah, that's the point. It's kind of the point. And you just see he like moves his hand over and kind of like taps your shoulder, and then you see he like touches the hilt of his sword that's kind of like creeping over your shoulder, and he just like taps the sword, just. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
And you guys end up starting to walk, and you now see in the distance the Crimson Meadows, that beautiful cathedral, shattered and fallen. You see hanging off of half on the cliff and half like hanging off of the cliff. You see the legs dangling off of the cliff, the hind legs and the tail of the Tarrasque,
Oh.
just on the cliffs of this area.
Where's the great one?
The Great One, you look down, or you have to like go around that corner. You guys are all kind of moving around that corner to kind of look at that overview. And you see those giant gates are now sealed shut again. You don't see the Great One. The Crimson Meadows, though, looks like it has taken significant damage.
So to Kella and Amanda, seeing like the corpse of the Tarrasque, I go, we don't have to go past that to get to where we're going, do we? We do? Of course we do. Because why not?
I told you from the start we had to pass through the Crimson Meadows.
Yeah, but I was hoping maybe, a path not where the corpse is at.
We could try to go through the city, but I don't know how well that would work.
Do you think it'd be useful to go to the Tarrasque?
don't know. I don't know what we could
Maybe
take
get
from it.
we could get some parts from it.
Sure.
For sure.
We should.
Oh, we do have the
Yeah,
pocket
imagine a
holes,
Tarrasque
so we
plate
can.
armor.
And you do see where it is sitting now. It's enormous, even from this distance. You can tell. And you just see that like magma that was like all throughout these cracks in its armor are now flowing out, and part of its armor is like slowly cooling and starting to fade in color, but it is leaking out this molten lava coming from it.
We need jars.
Glass jars with sand. Not the sand.
Watch out, he's gonna get heated.
You don't want to know when he gets sweated. So, you guys are now traveling once again at a pretty slow pace right now. And Ben is just, his eyes are closed and he's just trying to like breathe and trying to not choke and die. Like he's struggling, but he's alive. And you look at him, he's just covered head to toe in bandages right now. There's only like a few little bits of him that just aren't covered in bandages. Half of his face you see is just kind of completely covered in bandages right now too. He's in a rough spot.
You need to get some aloe vera.
A lot
Dump
of
him in
aloe. Well, he already has aloe kind of like smeared over him right now, so that's gonna help.
You slimy.
Yeah.
Well, the bandages are
Here,
covered
hold
him.
like a baby.
That's gonna get stayed in the fur.
Squishy.
Reminds me of my first pet from the Shadowfell.
So walking through into this area, you look and you see that you're walking up towards the city, and at the distance you were in, you knew it was large, but now you get to this cathedral area where all this rubble and debris is, and that black onyx-like stone that was making up this cathedral-like structure is just crumbled all around you, and you're heading, you kind of have to walk through this rubble and debris, and you can tell how enormous this must have been up close to it. You see that there are fire giants kind of moving stuff out of the way. It looks like they are in a state of emergency still, trying to restore the parts that have fallen. You do see that there are a lot of fire giants that are just felled and killed here. And a few of them, it looks like they were ran through with their own blades. And it looks like some of them were just ripped and torn apart by something. And these wounds, they look like they're too precise for the Tarrasque to be the one to have accomplished this.
Does it look like the?
Does it look like Jameson's work?
No, Jameson's is aggressive and small cuts everywhere.
Okay, but the great one that was released. Does this kind of look similar to his attack pattern? Or was he also just very big and raging?
You didn't really watch him much in the fight. Lucky would be the only one to kind of watch him, but
Lucky.
even from what Lucky saw, it looked like he fought with a large spear, but it looked like he lost that. Lucky would see that he would have thrown the spear into the monster, into this Tarrasque, and was fighting it barehanded for a while. So who knows where that spear is currently? But you do look around and you see that there's a lot of carnage here, away from where the Tarrasque is resting.
Yeah, no. Watching him fight barehanded gave me a whole new inspiration.
Yeah, did you learn new moves?
Yeah, you're like a little kid in the front yard copying what he's doing.
Basically.
You grab a stick and you're like, this looks like a gun. Pew, 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 pew.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Do these? So they're probably large.
The fire giants?
Fire giants.
These creatures are a good like 25, 30 feet tall. They're much bigger than you guys are, but you do see that there are the corpses around you.
It's like
They are they're large. Like they're not like thin or like lanky at all. They're large and muscular, but it looks like they have all kind of like just been brutally murdered. It looks like they didn't get. There are ones that look like they've been crushed by debris. There's other ones that look like they have been burned alive and are just a corpse lying there of burned ash. And then there are some that are just looks like they were intentionally murdered by something.
So I take a closer look. Are they all like wearing the same type of? Are they like soldiers?
There are a lot of them that are wearing this black iron regalia, really. But there are others that look like they are just wearing different types of clothing. Like they look like they were probably common citizens of this area. But there's mostly soldiers here in these bodies. But there are what looks like civilians as well.
So it's okay. So all the ones that look like soldiers look like they were the same, wearing the same garb.
And as you guys are walking through there, you just hear Amanda just go, "I've never seen the Crimson Vanguard in such tatters before." She's kind of just looking at everything in.
So what do you think did this?
Well, I doubt that. She looks ahead, and in the distance, you still are approaching the Tarrasque. I don't think that was what did it to us, or what did it to them. It was probably the Orofir.
The what?
The great one.
Gesundheit?
They call it the Great One as well. The Orofir is its racial name. It's what its race is. It's the last mixed blood race of the Dark Giants, the Nebfir. It's a fire giant that had the blood of the Nifir in it on birth, and that's why it was such a
I remember that guy as Dark Giant meat.
amalgamation to it, but it looks as though it's feral and uncontrollable. I've heard stories through legends told through Flame Rage that was once the son of a great king in their place, one of the old flame keepers of the Crimson Vanguard. So he might have lineage to the Ashen Throne, but honestly, I have no certainty. But
Is it of the same lineage of giants that vanished?
yes,
They have the pillars in Twilis.
and she's kind of like walking through this. The Nebfir was the race of dark giants. They are powerful in strength, but they are terrifying.
Very terrifying.
Yeah. They all died, yes they died. Everybody in this place died. So, as you're walking through this area, she's continuing to describe it, but she does say that the Nebfir was the name for the old race of dark giants that have vanished from existence, and it seems as though this one somehow did not. And he is a mixed blood, not a pure blood of either. And you did see, though, in that he had parts of him that were like black skinned, and the other parts would fade to that red. He was a lot darker of a red than what normal fire giants you see, and you saw that he did have horns that arced backwards, kind of like a gazelle almost, just like they just like kind of pointed back and curved up a little.
Amanda, what does our Aether do when we die?
That depends on how powerful your will was.
Because this Tarrasque is dead and it had Aether.
In our culture, we don't believe that Aether truly dies, that it merely passes on. And the stronger the creature, the more powerful its spirit. And it seems as though this was possessed by two spirits. Spirits of nature. They were angry and volatile, and it seems as though they have faded from this place, but they are never truly destroyed, it seemed as though. But there are aether spirits that can be destroyed and have been.
Well, I'm asking because this Tarrasque resurrects itself over time. So do you think that's because the aether stays with it?
Spoken through legend, I don't believe so. I believe that these creatures naturally are omens of disaster. They are this realm's, this plane's way to bring balance back to nature and restore order.
Appreciate it.
In a ferocious way.
So it coming to life as we pass through is no coincidence.
It seems as though it's time to awaken.
It senses the same imbalance that I do.
It might.
So by stopping it, we may have done a terrible thing.
And as she's kind of like walking, you do hear the waves crashing of this lava. The waves themselves have never they've subsided just a tiny bit, but it is still a cascading flow, and you do see that there are these great rivers that do flow through that you kind of walk over these extremely large metal bridges that flow over these enormous riverways of lava that are now flowing down in these falls back into that lake, and it's just still in a flux of cascading.
Well, do you think, because of what you did before, do you think you can absorb the spirit in the Tarrasque?
No, I doubt it. I absorbed. For you, you had remnants of something else. That was no great spirit like this was. I can't absorb that. Look at Ben. He absorbed something. And look at the state he's in.
Can things made of spirit metal absorb it?
It's possible.
I mean, we have this dagger, and I left to Lucky. Would this be able to store some of that?
I mean, if that was its original intended purpose, perhaps.
It was originally fire.
Yeah.
The spirit metal itself, the metal will remember what it was forged for. If it was forged to absorb elements and other aether energy, then yes, it would remember. But if it's forged for another purpose, then
Stabbing and poking things.
Because since it's a sword, I'm going to say it was not made for storage.
Well, Lucky put some of his aether and it changed, right?
Yeah, but it's not storing it.
It was
Yeah,
absorbing his aether and changing.
it was more channeling it rather than absorbing it.
Yeah, it just used my aether to complete its blade.
Yeah.
And not even a solidified blade, just barely the outline of it.
Yeah.
You guys are still just keep walking. It's extremely hot here. Luckily, you did stock up on water crystals.
Oh, I would have made sure to grab
Yes.
extra. I'm in love with these water crystals.
In love with them.
Yes. They're just divine.
So, with these water crystals, though, you guys are able to stay hydrated for a while. You'd probably be able to make it all the way to Emberhold before having to restock on waters.
Because I have 15 in my spider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you guys are in the middle of an active volcano, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Did we
We're gonna
get
go through a lot.
the number that we picked up? Because I just wrote down a bunch of crystal
I would
balls.
say you'd be able to make it through a city and a half
Okay.
before having to restock.
Okay.
And it does seem as you do get near some of these structures that have fallen, the stone itself is cool to the touch, and it does kind of like walking through these areas that still stand. It feels as though like the stonework itself is made and crafted in such a way that it absorbs the heat and is still cool to the touch. So walking through there, it's kind of a little bit alleviated from the heat. Almost as if it's like insulation. So
Maybe have a jar. We can get some of the
I don't know.
rubble and put it in it.
I think Cal has something with glass jars, don't you?
We could save that and make.
I'm gonna move the camera again.
Yeah.
No!
You're wrong.
shut up, Lucky.
Yeah, I eat grass.
All the time.
He does. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, finally positive reinforcement for Lucky.
So as you guys are walking through here, you do hear a lot of like the creatures that had been ambient in here, creatures that probably were menaces or pests within this area, non-existent. Seems as though an apex predator had appeared and all life understood its place.
Even us, we hit it home.
Yeah, we did understand.
It says a lot about us.
It really does.
We're the big brains.
Biggest of brains.
Although I didn't hide immediately though.
Yeah, we weren't Bella.
Yeah. Biggest brain.
She is the
Over
rogue
there.
though, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
This is fair.
Yeah.
This is the truth.
This is the truth.
This is the way. So, as you guys are heading out through this Crimson Meadows,
Am I feeling anything around here?
how do you mean?
Like, Cal's always experimenting. Is he feeling anything here?
I mean, maybe a little bisexual, but I
How'd you know?
don't know. No.
Seriously. Like,
No,
No.
nothing. No, like actual changes or anything.
Like, I don't feel any similar heat here to.
Nope.
Okay. You okay, Tara?
Yep. Yeah. Great.
You feel that slimy, oozy aloe dripping down your
Yeah.
arm?
Yes,
From
you do.
It feels kind of good,
Right.
actually.
It does actually. It's
A
kind of
little
cooling.
soothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not aloe. That's probably.
My head's sweating and I just use pen. I'm like,
Oh.
He's
wiping
like,
my forehead sweat with pen.
As you guys are kind of like walking the outskirts of the city, you do hear a large, in unison footsteps. And you look off kind of in the distance, and you do see that there is guards of fire giants walking, and they look like they are in better armor and better and thicker armor and full plate armor with helmets that are
Coming from the Citadel.
no, because their citadel is kind of like the very front of this, and then looking up into this like almost like mountain range within this area. Kind of at one of the peaks, it looks like embedded in is like a giant castle, and it seems as though they're coming from that direction. And it looks like there is a hefty amount of them. And as you guys are walking, you see Amanda kind of like takes a double take, looks at them. Oh no. We might be questioned. We should probably hurry along. Let's hurry.
Are they walking towards us?
You guys are now like walking towards the Tarrasque, and you're pretty close to it, and you hear them walking also towards the Tarrasque.
I thought you said these
probably
guys
just
were cool
going
with
to
this.
the Tarrasque.
Huh?
I thought you said these guys were cool with this.
They are territorial. They're okay with us, but they're generally territorial.
Because they can visibly see we're not in any fighting condition.
Yes, they generally look down on all races.
Yeah. We're not very dangerous right now.
Yeah, but maybe we shouldn't stop for parts now since
Maybe.
they're.
We shouldn't
Okay.
chance
Also
it because
coming.
we're not ready for a fight.
I I just know
Yeah.
that 10 sessions later, Jonah's gonna be like, you should have gotten the parts.
Yeah.
Should have got the toenail. I mean, should have built a house with it.
I mean, at this point, you guys are getting really close to the Tarrasque, and it's still emitting an immense amount of heat. And now you're up close to this creature. You guys stand maybe about the size of one of its teeth.
Let's take a tooth.
I would say you guys are like a bit bigger than this. Like, for Susie, the tooth would be about as big as you are.
Now that we're
Wonderful.
closer, do we see
And
the
I'm
spear
like what,
sticking out of it?
5'7", something like that.
Would you say?
Do we see the spear sticking out of it?
And now that you are closer, you do see embedded kind of like into the snout is the giant spear, and it's made of this like gilded gold material, and it looks like it like has like kind of like black material mixed in with the gold, creating this enormous spear, and it's more of a halberd than a spear. And it has that just like this large kind of arc of a blade, and that's what's embedded deep into it. But the creature is dead. It's unmoving, and you see dripping out of its mouth is this crimson ichor along with that magma. So you guys continue to go past it, or are you going to try to harvest something before the guard arrives, or are you going to try to harvest it while the guard arrives?
I think we just gotta keep going. I think we need to not deal with the guard right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think right now we're just following Amanda as usual.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are now like trying to like hustle along, and does anybody want to look at the guards or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll do a
Yeah,
perceive.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
I'll say everybody roll a perception check then.
Which dice?
Natural 20 minus 2.
Natural.
11. Oh, dirty
20, 20, or
Dirty
20
20.
total.
11.
18.
Okay.
But it wasn't at 20.
It wasn't at 20.
What's
Yours-
that? What?
Wait, what was yours?
17.
Okay, and then Tanner?
18.
18. Okay. The nat 20 still a minus 2, but still a nat 20. For you, you had the 20 total. I would say for both of you, you would see these guards are fitted with a bunch of like what looks like very intricate armor. They look like they are fit for combat themselves. Like itself, they looks like they have across one back across their back on one side is a javelin, and the other side is what looks like a great sword, and it looks like they walk with what looks like a spear as well. They are fitted for combat. And you do see in the distance there is another giant walking behind them, much larger. This one stands about 50 feet tall. And he is walking just.
Is that like the size of the guy that was fighting this one?
The Orofir was a good 80.
Okay.
Short.
Yeah. 80. I've had bigger.
Millimeters, right? So it is kind of towering over everything right now, and it looks like he does have what looks like a crown upon his head, and you see that he has this like fallen black hair that just kind of rests at the sides. There's this large beard of braids at the base of it. It looks like there's like affixed gemstones and gold couplings into the beard itself. Bye, Tanner.
My timer was wrong.
How dare.
So he does look like he probably is the king of this area. And you guys are now like starting to continue a bit further. And you do hear Amanda go, "Oh crap, it's the Firekeeper." And she's just like, now she's like sprinting, trying to run.
You can't sprint with Ben like this.
I can sprint with Ben. It's not that heavy.
Make a
You
strength
have to
check.
like.
Okay. That is
Pace of play.
16.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have plate armor on right now. You do.
I do.
Um,
I'm used to it.
yeah, but he does have plate armor, so he's a lot lighter. Now you can actually carry him.
He has padded armor right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
From you.
Mummification.
And you guys are now starting to run and try to sprint out of here. And you do hear one of the guards or not hear, you see one of the guards notice and just scan as you run past. Not moving, not attacking or being aggressive, but has noticed your presence as you guys run past. And you do hear them getting closer and closer to this Tarrasque, and the large, heavy footfalls of this king behind them. And you do see, now that he is a little bit closer, and you now are like taking more notice of him, you see the crown itself is made of that gold-like material, but mixed with that black rock, similar to the spear. But you see at his back, kind of like in his mid-shoulder blades, there is this large flare of fire that just sits right back here, and it kind of illuminates this his face almost like a halo of fire behind him as he just walks. And he also is wearing that same black iron armor, walking with the rest of them. And it looks like he's just weeping at the sight of everything. You just see these rivers of this it looks almost like it is molten lava from what he's crying, and you just see these streaks of red and orange glowing from his eyes, just leaking out, and he just has this face of a stoic sorrowness looking at his kingdom.
I don't think it's very good to cry red. He might want to get that ducked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, probably not.
As he just kind of keeps walking, he just stares at the Tarrasque, the head of the Tarrasque itself, bigger than him,
Ooh.
and just staring at it, just with this face of disgust and disdain, but immense sadness, as you guys manage to skirt around the guard and leave this location area. And as you do get out of range of them and out of eyesight and earshot, Amanda does slow down.
Perfect.
Subliminal message.
Gotcha. That's very subliminal. Cool. So yes, you do end up uncovering all of that, and you see she kind of just goes, "That was the Firekeeper, the first fire giants to settle down here, made a bargain with the phoenix that lived down here. That phoenix was a great spirit, and we regard it as one of the spirits that founded this area, and we do pay homage to it as well as they do. But it was given the king was given a piece of its flame, a large portion of it, to protect them, to give them guidance and wisdom. And every king since, that flame is passed down. That flame in his back was partial of that flame. That is only the visible appearance of a flame keeper. That was Lord Velsius Fithor, of the Fithor tribe. The fire giants of the Crimson Meadows. The first tribe to thrive was the Fithor clan, and he is in a very, very long line of successors.
Did you say Celsius?
Velsius.
Oh, okay.
That would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
His
No.
name was Fuego
Gotta go back.
Celsius.
Yeah.
Fuego Celsius.
Fuego.
Velsius.
His last name is Kelvin.
I mean, he is covered in jewels. Hey.
Never Fahrenheit. And then she kind of continues. The Firekeeper sits on what is known as the Ashen Throne. That is where the first king made contact with this phoenix spirit. And it is where the throne and the castle and their kingdom was situated and started. The Ashen Throne has great significance in Flame Range. They are a benevolent king, but a king nonetheless who cares about his citizens and his place in all of this more importantly than anything else. So, the king is a little upset. I didn't want to upset him further by being in his presence.
I would be too.
The guard that protected him are known as the Crimson Vanguard. They have been protectors of the Ashen Throne for generations. It's a great honor to them to protect the city and the throne.
Isn't that everyone who was slaughtered?
Mostly, yes. It seems as though some of the citizens also suffered the wrath of the Order Fear as well.
I don't know if that was him.
Another tribe that was closely related to the royal bloodline was the Warfell clan. This Orofir is from that clan. His true name is Casal Warfell. And he is Casal. And he was a great warrior written through the texts. A great warrior written through these texts, but has now been apparently reduced to a deranged madman. And he has been spoken of in legend. I imagine he is more than 600, maybe more, years old. But it seems as though he's the last living bloodline of this mixed breed. And she just kind of continues on a bit further through this this city. And as you guys are, you're not entering into the actual area of this place, but you are walking towards what looks like what still stands of these cathedrals. And there is these enormous murals and iconography across all facets really of this, and it a lot of it depicts the phoenix and in a lot of its artwork, and it's all made of that black stone that's kind of cooling. But every time there is the phoenix, it looks like they in the mural itself, it looks like they use crushed gemstone as well to kind of create this mural of
It's been like
phoenix.
eyes open and closing, like that.
Like what? Not like that.
Okay.
But he is kind of hurting a little bit from this.
Okay. I just want to know if you could see it because this
Yes.
is kind of important to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, he's traveled through here before, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's traveled through here before. He lives in Flame Range.
Yeah.
He probably wishes he had a phoenix right now.
Yeah. He's like,
Nice.
man, if only I was cooler and better at this.
If only I was 80 feet tall like the Titan.
Oh, if only.
If only I actually, like a phoenix, I became regenerated and didn't just,
Imagine if Ben
stay
was
here.
a rune knight.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
that would be pretty rad.
That'd be cool.
And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end tonight's session. What was that? Thank you. So,
Yeah. Wait, what was our intro?
yeah, what was the intro again? It was
Oh gosh, the theme
uh,
music.
Was it?
welcome to Dungeons and Shenanigans.
Spooky edition with the
Spooky
ghosts in there.
edition. Yes, it's Spooktober.
Spooknominous is
Or you were filming this in
That's
October. It's
Yeah, while we're
releasing
filming this,
probably
No,
closer
you
to that.
can't give away our secrets. No,
it's
guys.
October when we're filming this. It'll
It
prob-
might be releasing it during Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Merry holidays.
It's Christmas.
Merry Thanksgiving.
Chrysler,
Happy Crisis.
we need to.
Merry
Goodbye.
holiday that makes you eat too much food.
Remember, kids.
Oh,
no
the
regrets.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, Santa's not real. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night.
Sedimentary.
Sedimentary!